All right, hello everybody. What is going on? Hello. DSP here. I am back. I am back for another full, fun week of gameplay for you guys and gals. How's everyone's day off? How was everyone's Monday? Hopefully you guys had a good one without me. I do realize that this was a, weird week where normally I would take a weekend day off, but I took off Monday instead. FYI, just so you guys know, it's the same exact thing next week. Next week, I'll be taking Monday off again, okay? And I'm certainly not saying that it's going to be like that forever. I might not always have Monday off as my day off for the week, but it looks like at least next week, yet again, that's going to be the case, okay? Just to let everyone know so there's no confusion and there's no, oh my God, where is Phil? Although, it was funny because I went to the stream chat today, and I saw some people, oh my God, where is Phil? They didn't pay attention to anything I said in the last week stating that the schedule would be different. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and welcome to my return to streaming. This will be a very exciting week. We've got multiple new releases that we'll be tackling, including this stream right now is going to be a brand new release. We've got fun sponsored stream events. We've got ongoing playthroughs. We've got a lot going on. There's a hell of a lot of stuff going on this week, okay? I'm going to talk about the schedule in just a moment, but I just want to let you guys know that I will be streaming for the next 6 days straight. So, boom, 6 straight days of fun gameplay streams. 5 of those days will be double stream days, okay? I'll be absolutely doing my best to balance out everything that I'm playing. I understand that there are various games that certain people want to see, and certain people want to see certain things and not others. I'm going to do my best to balance everything. Right now, I'm not exaggerating, guys. I'm playing about 5 games, and as of later this week, I'll be playing 6. Good news is, a couple of these games are more chilled, laid-back games. Perfect example here. We did a major stream of Forza Horizon 4 on Sunday. I played it for about 5.5 hours on stream. And I had a ton of fun, and I want to say thanks to anyone who was here. That stream was amazingly chill. We had a lot of fun interacting and talking with each other about various topics. People were very supportive and seemed to really enjoy that kind of different style stream than what I usually do. All right. But we got far enough in the game where we passed the story of the game. There really is no more story in the game besides these special events like a stuntman driver or a supercar races and stuff like that. So, Forza is not a priority. Forza is a game that when I get opportunity, if I get some dead time, I can go back and play it as, say, a nighttime stream, which is cool. 2-hour chill night stream, you know what I mean? But that's not a priority. Same thing with Dragon Quest XI, even though, yes, this is a game that I realize is incredibly long. I know it's long, and I know there's no chance I'm even beating it this month with all the other new releases out. There's no way I'm beating Dragon Quest. So that's going to be a game that maybe I do a fun chill stream here or there once or twice, okay? But essentially, the games that I am focusing on right now are as follows. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right? Fist of the North Star. As of today, we're starting up WWE 2K19, okay? So those are kind of the 3 games that I'm majorly focusing on. And I'm looking to get progress in, all right? Now, later this week, we've got the release of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And, honestly, from everything I've seen and from the demos that I've played, the betas that I've played, the only mode of that game that I'm even interested in is Blackout mode. So, even though, yes, I will be giving the multiplayer and everything a shot in Black Ops 4, which a lot of people have been asking about, is he going to play the multiplayer or is he just going to do this mode or that mode? More than likely, after just an initial couple of days of playing the game, I'm probably only going to be going back to it to be doing Blackout mode anyway. So, we'll see how that goes, okay? It may basically be the Battle Royale game that I play consistently, maybe a couple times a week to have more chill streams with you guys and see how I can do, etc. All right? So, we've got a lot going on right now. Like I said, WWE 2K19 starts today. We've got Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We've got Fist of the North Star. Okay, all things that I'm kind of juggling, balancing, and seeing how they play out. And, it's going to be a hell of a time juggling those. And then, juggling Black Ops. Well, I guess I could just say Blackout, honestly. because I'm not really focusing on much else. You know what I mean? And going from there. You know, next week, FYI, after Black Ops 4, next week we have one new release in Soul Calibur 6. So that actually gives us the entirety of next week to kind of focus on the releases I'm playing and try to get as far as I can in all of them. All right, and then we got Soul Calibur 6 that'll get into the mix. And then after that, the end of the month, of course, we got Red Dead Redemption 2, which is going to end up taking priority over everything because it's the most hyped game of the year, in my opinion. It's the game absolutely everyone's been talking about and anticipating, including me. So we got a hell of a month ahead of us. Plus, by the way, I believe it's either next week or the week after, the first story-based DLC for Spider-Man is coming out. And if people want to see it, then I'm definitely going to do it. But I don't know if people are going to want to see it with all the other new games I'm juggling already. It might be that people are just kind of like, man, just focus on the new games you're playing now. So it's another thing that's kind of exciting, but we'll see. We'll see if I get to it or not. You know what I mean? A couple things that are definitely going to go on the back burner are Street Fighter. You're not going to see Street Fighter 5 or classic Street Fighter being played at any kind of time and frame in the short term. I'm far too busy at this point with new releases. You know, those were always things that were downtime fillers, and there's no downtime right now. So, Street Fighter 5 and, you know, classic Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition are basically on hold until, you know, at a time frame when we have more free time later on, maybe this year, to play it, okay? All right. So, let's talk now, guys. First of all, I got a couple updates for everyone. Big, important updates that I want you all to be aware of coming back from my time off. First of all, Halloween mode. That's right, Halloween mode is in effect. Now, yesterday I went out and did some shopping for Halloween decorations. I ended up getting a bunch, but had no time to really hang any of them or do anything with them because I got home late last night and I was super pooped and just have not had a chance. I'm going to take a look, and within the next couple of days, Kat and I want to decorate the office here. But we do have one new addition that I'll show you guys right now. That is, I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, a nice, one of my favorite things in video games right here sitting next to me. As you can see, I love skeletons, as you guys know. So this is Bone Meal the Skeleton. He's joining me today along with Potion, who's been on camera for about a week now. So we've got a little bit of extra decorations here for Halloween, but haven't had any. I have a bunch of stuff to hang behind me, and haven't had a single chance to do any of it. So within the next few days, as I get a little bit of free time with Kat in between streams or whatever, we're going to decorate the office and make it look a little bit more Halloween-y festive, okay? But we got Bone Meal the Skeleton, and we got Potion the cat, okay? I know it's silly, but it's still funny. It's still cool to see something festive, right, for the month. So that's number one. Number two, I looked for a Halloween costume, and I did not purchase anything yet, but based on the way that voting is going, with the patrons who are voting right now on the category of costume, I had a really freaking good idea for a costume that I could do. That would be, in my opinion, really good. Okay? So, we'll see how the voting goes. Or, you know, the voting for my costume category is still open for about one more week, actually. I believe it's going to close in about Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So the patrons still have an opportunity to vote if they have not yet. But if the voting keeps going the way it's going, I think I'm going to have a really fun Halloween costume for the Halloween event at the end of this month, okay? Now, we also have patrons nominating Halloween-themed video games for this Halloween event at the end of the month. Some really interesting stuff. I saw Saw 2 in there, which is a game that I couldn't play last year, but I think if it stays in the nominations, I think I'm just going to buy it quickly, because you need to buy a physical copy in order to play the game. It's not digital. I'm probably going to buy it off of Amazon soon, if it remains in the running. I saw stuff like Monster Prom, which I have no fucking idea what the hell that is. Undertale Genocide Run, which I don't know how that would work, because I don't even think that's a horror game. I'm going to have to think about that one. There's basically a bunch of horror games nominated, and I haven't had a chance to really sit down and go through the full list yet, or figure out what's got nominated the most. But the patrons are at it, and it looks like some really good stuff is lining up for Halloween this year. Okay? So it should be a great event. I'm looking forward to it. I'll have more info as we get closer. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce this now, because I know I have a bunch of you on stream now. Tonight, is a sponsored stream. It's only the second one I've ever done. It's going to be a fun stream, and I need you guys to show up if you can. You know, the whole point of a sponsored stream on Twitch is to try to get eyes on a game, and the more people who show up, the better. It helps me out if more people show up because, you know, sponsored streams, you want to get attention for them, right? Now, that being said, I can't tell you the game. As you know, we have a bunch of assholes who try to ruin stuff for me. And I'm not going to tell you the game so that they can get a head start and start complaining and stuff to game developers and the like. I'm just fucking not going to deal with that shit. But I am going to do a sponsored stream for about 2 hours tonight, starting around 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. I'm not telling you anything about the game whatsoever, but I do need you guys, if you are, you know, a fan of mine, if you want to help support, you know, this is an opportunity where you can just, by showing up, you can help me out, okay? By showing up and watching the sponsored stream, you can help me out greatly, okay? So, that's the deal. That's tonight's night stream will be a sponsored stream. Now, you may say, why is Phil doing the sponsored stream at night? Well, it's very simple because I am not all about the money. I could easily have done the sponsored stream earlier today and made it my main featured stream, but then what would have happened with WWE 2K19, the actual new release for today? Well, it wouldn't have been highlighted. It would end up being kind of crammed in at night, and I don't want to do that. You know, I'm the kind of guy, I am first and foremost about putting out entertaining gameplay streams and enjoying the new releases with you and sharing my hobby on a daily basis as my job. But I'm not going to forego that and say, oh, well, I got a sponsored stream today, so screw WWE, I'm just going to kick it to the curb and play this other game instead. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. I'm still going to do a sponsored stream, but I'm going to do it late tonight, so that way, you know, it doesn't interfere with the, you know, normal stuff that I would do here on a daily basis. All right? So if you could show up and hang out with me and support me and have fun, I would appreciate it. If you can't, it's all right. I don't, you know, but absolutely, if you do have time to come by and hang out with me tonight, please do. Now, I will say this. It's going to be a fun stream, all right? I just want you guys to understand, Phil's just doing the night, he's doing it as a night stream because it's a crappy game. No, trust me, tonight's stream will be fun and entertaining and good. It's going to be on par with one of my regular streams, all right? So please, come on by and hang out with me tonight if you can. Sponsored stream tonight, okay? So that's today. We got WWE 2K19 here on my first gameplay stream. Let's talk schedule-wise, what you can expect for this week, guys. WWE 2K19, a few ground rules about the game. First of all, no, I can't use music. Just like usual, I gotta turn off all in-game music. In particular, all WWE music gets copywritten, claimed like crazy. Not even content ID matched, outright copyright claimed. To the point where the videos will end up being muted and blocked, okay? So I can't have any music in the game. I gotta turn all that shit off, which sucks, I know, but that's just how YouTube works. It's a piece of garbage, okay? That's number one. Number two, the game this year apparently has two interesting modes. First, they've brought back Showcase mode, which only makes sense because it doesn't make sense that they ever removed it to begin with. How the fuck do you have a game with no story mode when really the only other thing in it is simulations, crappy online play, and your My Career mode, right? So they brought back Showcase mode. I'm going to be doing that today first. That's the first priority, is for me to go through the story mode of the game. And once I'm done with the story mode, which I don't know how long it is, I'm gonna assume 4 to 5 hours. That's how long it used to be anyway. Then I'm going to be switching over to My Career. I'll be creating a wrestler. I'll be going through My Career mode. I want people to not freak out, because if you guys remember, the facial scan feature of this game does not work very well at all. In fact, not only does the facial scan kind of suck, then you have to use the fucking website to import and shit, and I'm not dealing with that. I'm just going to try to create a wrestler that looks like me, just like I did last year, and use it in the mode and not spend 45 minutes to an hour fucking around with this stupid face scan that doesn't fucking work to begin with. It's just a terrible process, okay? So, that's how I'm approaching the game. We're starting off with Showcase mode, and then we're going to be switching over to My Career. Everyone's been telling me My Career is better. I don't believe it. I really don't. I'm very skeptical, because sadly, I've been told this so many times about WWE that the game's been improved. It's much better. And then I play it, and it hasn't been improved, and it's not much better. It's just a bunch of crap, okay? So I guess we'll see, all right? I guess we'll see. Okay, So that's how I'm approaching the game. 4 hours of this today. If it's all showcase mode today, then so be it. If I get done with the showcase mode and we actually start my career, great. We'll see. Tonight, sponsored stream later tonight, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. I hope as many of you can come by and hang out with me as long as possible tonight. It'll help me out. Tomorrow, more WWE 2K19 on my main gameplay stream. What I'm hoping is if I didn't finish the showcase mode, I will wrap it up then, and then we'll switch over to my career, and we'll get a flavor for my career, okay? Then tomorrow night, okay, it's going to be, hold on, because I actually forgot the schedule here. Okay, here it is. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing more Dragon Quest XI. My weekly dose this week, because sadly, this week is so many new releases, I doubt I'm going to get to play Dragon Quest again. So Dragon Quest XI will be Wednesday night's late stream, okay? Then on Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this, a triple stream. Just like I did last week, I'm doing a triple stream event this coming Thursday. Okay? My first gameplay stream will be Assassin's Creed Odyssey. My second gameplay stream will be Fist of the North Star. And my third gameplay stream at 9 p.m. Pacific time will be the premiere of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Now, what I want to do with this premiere is play 2 hours of the Blackout mode. However, just to forewarn everyone, all right, sadly, I know the track record of Call of Duty. Every year, they say they're going to do a midnight release, and every year, the game doesn't work at midnight. This has happened every fucking year. I'm not exaggerating or anything. Every year I've covered the game, I would love to do the multiplayer first, and it doesn't work. So every year, what I ended up doing up to now was saying, all right, well, for my midnight release, I'll do the campaign for a couple of hours. In fact, some years I actually just played the entirety of the campaign in one sitting. Sadly, this year, it doesn't have a campaign. If you're not aware, Black Ops 4 has no single-player content at all. So that means if the servers are slammed and the game doesn't work, I can't do a midnight release stream at all right? So I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to attempt it. But I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't work, then more than likely I'll just play something else. I'll say, well, I've already got a stream going, and I was planning on doing a stream. We'll switch over from Black Ops 4 and play something else, okay? So Thursday there will be 3 streams no matter what. My intention is to have a premiere stream of Call of Duty Black Ops 4's Blackout mode for 2 hours, late night to Thursday night. But if we can't do that, then I'll switch over. I'll do something else, whether it's WWE or whatever, we'll see. Okay? There you go. Now, on Friday, my intention, again, I have to say this, my intention is that my main gameplay stream on Friday will be Call of Duty Black Ops 4. But again, if the fucking game doesn't work, there's not much I can do about that. Okay? The reason I'm saying this, I remember last year, I had this big event planned for Call of Duty World War I, right? And the game didn't work for 2 days. Like, you couldn't play the game online at all for 2 days. The whole lobby system that they created for this game was so asinine. I mean, I can only tell you how dumb Sledgehammer is as a game developer, that they thought they were going to make a fucking lobby system with avatars in order to get into multiplayer of a first-person shooter that's competitive and everyone plays like crazy every year. I mean, they're idiots. It's complete stupidity. And so they had to shut down their whole lobby system in order to get the game to work, which took the entirety of like 2 days for them to fucking do it. So, if Call of Duty works on Friday, it will be my main gameplay stream. And more than likely what I'll do is probably split the day, and maybe I'll do half of the first stream will be like, I'll attempt the multiplayer of the game and see if it's any good, if it's better than what I played in the beta. Then I'll probably switch over to, say, Blackout mode. Okay? And then Friday night, I'll be doing something else. What will it be? Well, it could be Assassin's Creed, it could be Fist of the North Star, you know, it could be WWE. I don't know what it'll be. But it'll be one of those games balanced with Call of Duty on Friday. Saturday, we're playing completely by ear because, hey, if I played Call of Duty and you guys enjoyed it and you want to see more Call of Duty right away, then I'll keep doing Call of Duty on Saturday. If not, after playing it for a day, you're like, already, well, the multiplayer sucks, and you played Blackout, we've seen it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll flip the streams and I'll have a different game as my main gameplay stream on Saturday, and then the late night stream will be like Blackout mode. So it'll be like a two-hour Blackout stream later at that night. And then I am streaming on Sunday as well, okay? So that's kind of the rough idea for the week. Focusing in on WWE for a couple of days here. Okay. Thursday will be a triple stream day. Friday will be the premiere of Black Ops with other stuff. Saturday is completely up in the air, along with Sunday, because we'll see how things go during the course of the week. But we've got so much stuff to play and balance this week. It's going to be quite wild, okay? All right. So that is the rough schedule for the week. I hope you guys are excited for the week. It should be a pretty good one, all right? Now, a few other things. It's a new week, guys. I know normally I don't start my streaming week on a Tuesday. I usually start it on a Sunday. It's a brand new week, as you guys can see. Everything has reset. The stream stats have reset for cheers and everything. So the cheering leaderboard is wide open there for anyone who wants to contribute today and try to get to the top 10. It would be very easy to do so. Also, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see by looking at the stream stats at the top of the screen here, we did have our giant sub dip finally. It was coming. It was impending. We all knew it was happening. We just didn't know exactly when. Well, it happened on my day off yesterday. So all those crazy amount of gifted subs that came in early September finally expired. So we're down to 647 subscribers and dropping. And I'm going to be honest here, it's going to keep dropping. I'm expecting that once all those crazy amount of gifted subs that came in September finally level out, we're probably going to be, I would think, between 450 and 500 subs. I could be wrong. It could be less, because I think the least I've ever had was 375 recently. And the most that I've had, obviously, was like 1,170 something. But the natural, before all those gifted sub came in, the natural like max we had was like 575. So I fully expect us to be between that 375 to 575 range. This month may be a little bit better because we've got so many new releases. It's a good opportunity for people to sub and get access to all the emotes. We've got new games coming out later this month that people want to maybe take advantage of. Okay, so FYI, guys, just so you know, it's not a big deal. We all knew what was going to happen, right? We knew that this sub drop was coming. It's not the end of the world. It was just a crazy, artificially inflated month where the subs were so high. In fact, that's why I'm not doing sub goals this month. I can't. The subs are so thrown out of whack. There's no way I could do sub goals when I know at any moment they could plummet again because of all those gifted subs, okay? For November, we will do sub goals. And in fact, the sub goals that I'm going to set up for November will all be based on the Christmas event. And I think you're going to like it. We'll talk more about that in November. We won't jump the gun here. But yeah, there's really no reason to panic or freak out. Although, as you know, a certain group of people will and act like it's a big deal. It's not. It's exactly what we were expecting, okay? All right. Is okay? Is that all right? All right. All right, guys. Let's now do a quick plug segment, and then we'll do shout-outs for those who contributed during the stream, and then we'll get started with WWE. Sound good? All right. So, thank you guys for 10 awesome years. The last 10 years of my life have been a crazy whirlwind, starting from a guy who just casually recorded videos in a tiny little closet-sized room at his parents' house, all the way up to now, and I'm a full-time streamer and content creator. And 10 years of my life have been pretty awesome to be able to daily share my gameplay experiences and my passion for gaming with you guys, all right? I want to say thank you for that, okay? I hope you guys enjoy my daily live streams. I hope you enjoy my on-demand videos on YouTube on DSPGaming, and the fact that I've now listened to your feedback and finally responded by putting out much longer videos for you guys than I used to. I took a hit for it, trust me. I'm making way less money on YouTube than I ever was, but at least you guys are happy. The channel is growing slowly. And, you know, things are good right now. In my opinion, if we can maintain the way things have been going, things are good. I just hope we can maintain, especially this month in particular. There's so many new releases that it can kind of backfire. And people might say, oh, I can't see the game I want to see for a few days. You know, I hope you guys will hang out with me every day when you can. Even if a certain game isn't your cup of tea or your forte. Like, for example, today, WWE 2K19. I understand a lot of you aren't fans of pro wrestling. I still hope you guys will hang out with me. It's still going to be a fun stream regardless. Okay, it is. I'm going to do as much as I can to entertain you and also try to be informative for you during a game when a lot of you may be turned off or not even understand pro wrestling. I'll do my best, okay? So all that being said, guys, if you enjoy those daily live streams and those on-demand videos and you want to help support the effort for me to be able to continue to do this full-time, all right, there are several things you can do to go above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer or video watcher. Let me explain what those things are right now. Number one, you can check out my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidephil and consider contributing. If you do consider, excuse me, if you do contribute, you earn personal perk rewards based on how much you contribute. For example, a $5 or more pledge earns you the ability to have premium forum access on my website, thekingofhate.com, which then allows you in turn to nominate and vote on special events. Right now, patrons are nominating on horror-themed games for my Halloween marathon and voting on the category of Halloween costume that I'll be wearing. In the future, you'll be doing very similar things for a Christmas event coming up. In addition to that, patrons have nominated and voted on so many different things over the years, including indie events, Patrons' Choice full-length game playthroughs. I just did a Rage-a-thon during the summer, and I actually just completed a 10-year retrospective event. That was a ton of fun, and people are asking me to do more like that, so it's probably going to be more events in the future like that, okay? So please consider pledging to my Patreon. There are many other rewards you can get, including getting a private Q&A video made where you can ask me anything and I'll answer it. So give it a look, patreon.com/DarkSidePhil, and thanks to anyone who does pledge, okay? Number 2, my Teespring shop, where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise, including t-shirts, stickers, mugs, etc. I want to say shout out and thank you to a couple people who actually bought some stuff from my Teespring shop in the last couple of days. That's very appreciated. Anything you get from my shop, guys, helps me out, but you get a really high-quality collectible. I can attest to that. I'm not just saying it, because unlike a lot of other people, I actually own my own merch. I bought it myself, and I use it on a daily basis. The mug I use here on stream every day. The t-shirts, some of them I own for a year and a half, and they haven't worn out at all. The Teespring stuff is great quality stuff I can attest to. Give it a look over at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Okay. Now, obviously, guys, if you're here live on the stream, you want to know, what's up with that? How can I jump in? How can I be a part of this fun interactive experience that Phil does on a daily basis? There's 3 different ways that you can get a shout out during today's stream. You can either cheer with bits, you can subscribe to my channel, or you could tip me. All right, if you do any of those 3 things, I will give you a verbal shout out during the stream. However, understand that this is my stream and my place of business. It is my very subjective decision what I do and don't say and read on stream. And so if you are seeking a shout out and some interaction during the stream, I would ask that you abide by the following criteria. Number 1, please try to remain positive. Don't say negative stuff. Don't bring in negativity with insults against myself or other stream chatters or other content creators on the internet. Don't bring in negative memes or detractor information and content from other people who are just being nasty, toxic people. And by the way, that applies not only to me, but other content creators as well. I've noticed that over time, some people try to come in here and repeat negative and nasty stuff about other streamers, and I'm not going to put up with that shit. I'm just not. In general, the point of this stream is to enjoy games and gameplay, to just be chill and hang out and have fun and laugh at my reactions, my honest reactions to whatever I'm playing, right? And to just have a good time. This is supposed to be a place where you can feel like you can hang out and have fun, talk with other people, be chill, interact with me, you know? Not a drama-filled, toxic place where everyone's insulting each other and laughing at disgusting things and just being nasty to each other. That's not the point of my streams. I want my streams to be a fun, positive place, and for the most part, I would say in the past 6+ months, it's actually been that very much. So thanks to anyone who's hung out with me, you know, this year. In my opinion, things have really taken a turn for the better, and I am loving it, okay? So thanks, guys. Please abide by the rules that I just mentioned. In general, these streams end up being very great, so thanks for that. Now, if you want to go the step further, if you would like to get a fun Halloween-themed animation to play on today's stream, you can do so. If you either cheer 50 bits or more in a single cheer, if you subscribe to the channel and click on the share button after subbing, or if you burp loudly into a microphone. No, that's not the case. Excuse me, guys. That was disgusting and unprofessional. The third method is if you tip me $5 or more in a single tip. If you do any of those 3 things, you can get a fun Halloween animation to play on the stream as a recognition for your contributions. Then, of course, I'm going to give you a verbal shout out as well. So you're going to get both visual and verbal confirmation. Okay? Pretty neat, right? Oh my God, that is disgusting. I'm sorry, guys. Very much. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, so pretty awesome. Now, a few other things, guys. As you can see at the top of the screen, we got the stream stats leaderboard. I'll be updating things like top cheerer and top tipper over the course of today. So it's a great way to get recognition as well. If you end up being the top cheerer or top tipper of the stream, I'll get you up there for ongoing recognition. In addition to that, there's also the new stream stats leaderboard tracking for the week on top of your stream chats on Twitch. So if you cheer with bits, chances are you're going to get jumped up on that leaderboard and become a part of the top 10. All right? Pretty nice, right? So That covers most of it. The only other thing I should mention is subbing. If you sub to the channel, okay, you get many, many benefits, including all of my emotes. If you guys can't see, the emotes are plentiful and pretty fun. Most people have been using these emotes frequently. In fact, I've got some really good new ones, including my angry face, as well as a huh emote, where it shows me I'm kind of confused, or the death face emote. A lot of people have been using for Halloween. Some really good stuff. So please consider subbing to the channel to get access to those. Plus, you don't have to watch advertisements when I take ad breaks, which I typically do a couple times every stream. And you get a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter. All right, pretty awesome. Okay. Last but not least, I want to explain how to tip me, because I mentioned that a couple times already on pre-stream, but that is a completely separate process from doing anything within Twitch. It's not like cheering and subbing, which is integrated into Twitch. To tip me, you can do two things. If you look below my stream, there should be a button that says tip jar. Click on that button. It'll take you to my PayPal tips page. You can do an anonymous tip or leave your name in a message if you'd like a shout out for it. Or if you don't see that tip jar button, that's perfectly fine. You can type !tip into the stream chat, and that'll bring up a command that'll allow you to click on that and go right to the tips page that way as well. All right, guys? All right. Now it's time for the shout-outs segment, my friends, where I will give you credit where credit is due for everyone who's contributed on today's stream so far. So, first thing I want to do is give some shout-outs to those who actually contributed over the course of the day that I was off, Monday. So we start out with Genetic Gamer. He always has a bunch of questions. We'll try to get through these quickly today. He says, whenever I see the news or media talking about the next big gamer or celebrity, I get jealous of them. I feel that luck has a major part to do with their success, but people completely ignore it and say that these people just worked harder than everyone else. How do you get rid of these feelings of jealousy and resentment of people who are flash-in-the-pan successes? Well, listen, I can tell you from my own personal story, it's a combination of hard work and luck. If I didn't start on YouTube when I did, I never would have been popular. If I tried today to do what I'm doing now, no one would care. It's just that simple. I was lucky enough to start at a time when no one else was doing what I was doing, or at least no one was had no notoriety for doing it. Yes, people were doing Let's Plays, but no one popularized the raw style reactionary Let's Play like I did on YouTube, right? And I became super virally popular at that time for being the guy who did them. And I've had a 10-year legacy of me kind of sticking with my guns and doing what I do when a lot of other people changed their formula to be a more highly edited style or follow all the norms and tropes on YouTube to try to stay abreast of the things and get kids to watch them. I don't care about that shit, you know? I just go ahead and do my thing. But even though, yeah, I will say, yeah, it's been a ton of hard work, it's also luck. If you look at any top gamer at any top period of time, it's the same thing. PewDiePie, absolutely. The guy worked his butt off putting out daily gameplay streams and the like, but he was lucky to be a guy who looks the way he does, sounds the way he does, and found a niche acting basically like a sissy girl playing these horror games, screaming at the camera, and it got him millions of followers and viewers that were kids who thought it was funny to see him scream at the camera, much like, if you guys remember that old YouTuber Fred, who just had this voice changer and made himself look like a little weirdo, and kids for some reason liked it, and he got hyper popular on YouTube. Ninja. This is a guy who grinded for years trying to get mainstream notoriety, didn't really get it until Fortnite just happened to become a white-hot popular game, and he was the best Fortnite player at the time, and there you go. It's just, it's a combination of hard work and luck. And that's kind of how it is, I think, in life, too, in everything. It's not just about being an internet personality or whatever. It's about everything, right? So you can't fault these people. They definitely worked hard to get where they are. But at the same time, anyone who would say, would not attest to the fact that there's a luck involved is pretty much just blowing smoke up their own butt. You got to realize that, right? Okay. So anyway, he's asked, how do I not be jealous? Listen, there's nothing you can do. Why am I going to sit here and be thinking constantly about other people who are doing better than me when I can just focus on my own shit? I don't care. That's why I've always been the guy who lives, I feel like I'm an island. I live by myself out there in the internet, and I do my own thing, and people are visitors to my island and hang out with me, and that's cool. I don't care about anything else going on around me. I don't give a fuck. Because if I did, if I constantly cared about all these things going on around me, I would never focus on my own shit. So I don't care about that. Okay. Genetic Gamer cheered again. Here we go. Another question. I'm wondering what your age demographic is for your viewing audience. You say your fans don't like Fortnite or Minecraft, which would make me assume maybe they're on their mid-20s. Since your fans are in the mid-20s, do you think advertisers should look at you more closely since your audience has more spending power? I've always said, excuse me, I've always said over the years that YouTube's advertisements don't work. What they do is they literally just take a look at viewership and throw ads on videos. That's not the case. What you need to actually do is see who is the target demographic for a certain YouTuber. If a YouTuber gets millions of views, but their average viewer is between the ages of 5 and 15, advertisements are going to be pretty ineffective unless it's toys, right? Like, what else are you going to advertise for kids? You have to advertise to the right demographic. And they don't do that. They will just throw random ass fucking advertisements on any video and hope that it sticks. And that's why advertisers, in a lot of ways, left in droves over the last few years. Here they are throwing all this advertisement revenue at YouTube, and they're not seeing any return on their investment because the ads are going on videos. I'm advertising a car, and it goes on a video that an 8-year-old's watching. I don't think that 8-year-old's going to run out and buy my fucking car, you know? But that's how YouTube has been. It sucks. It's stupid. The main problem is YouTube lets anyone create an account, you know, without any kind of requirement. You could, right now, a 5-year-old could go on YouTube, and as long as they have a working email address, they can create an account that says they're 30 years old, and YouTube can't do anything about it. They do nothing about it. There's no verification. There's nothing. So how the fuck do they know how old their viewing audiences are or anything? They don't. They don't know shit. But it's hilarious because if you actually ask most people who know about people like these bigger guys, it's kids. YouTube's main audience is toxic kids who like drama. So that's what I mean. Like, yeah, you're right. My audience, most people who watch me, don't watch me because I play viral games. I usually don't, right? I'm not the guy who jumps on the viral patterns, the viral popularity of things like Fortnite. I played Fortnite before it was virally popular 3 fucking times, didn't like it, and said I'm not playing this again. And I never went back to it because there's no fucking point. The game's not very good in my opinion, but kids like it because it's free and it's cartoony. You know, it is what it is. But I realize that my target demographic more than likely is kids in their late teens, probably people in their early to mid 20s, maybe late 20s, and even a little bit older than that. Because I actually have people who've been along the ride for me, with me the whole time, and they say they're actually around my age range, mid 30s, right? So in that age demographic, there's a certain thing you could advertise to that would be very effective. Sadly, I get the feeling my videos probably don't get those ads because YouTube just fucking throws ads at anything. Their algorithms are terrible and their system is a piece of shit. Always has been. And it doesn't properly advertise to the right people. So they keep giving all the advertisements to fucking Logan Paul and people like that who are making these disgusting fucking stupid immature videos for little kids. And all that ad revenue literally gets pissed down a sewer because no one buys anything with those advertisements. You know, and that's how YouTube works. And, you know, I don't know what else to say. That's why they're failing, you know. Okay, let's continue. Someone named Clout God 2005, I'm not even kidding you, literally cheered and brought up a single video where 2 OGs of the Street Fighter community basically shat on me in public in like 2008. It was either 2008 or 2009. One of these guys came out to me personally and personally apologized to me for making the video and said that I was out of line. I shouldn't have said the things I said. Why in the holy hell would I bring this up now in 2018? Some people really scour the fucking internet for old shit and try to pretend like it happened yesterday. You need to grow up. So I'm not giving this guy recognition for his cheer, and I'm not going to address what he's saying because he's stupid. Okay. Now, thank you to Insomniatic Meat for a 100-bit cheer. Thank you to RFHC for a 300-bit cheer. And thank you to Infinite55 for a 500-bit cheer. So thank all you guys for your contributions during my day off. I appreciate it very much. Okay? Now let's move on. That was my nose. Now let's move on to people who contributed during today's stream. We start off with Dominova, who resubscribed to the channel for the 2nd month in a row. Thank you very much, Dominova, for that resub. I appreciate it. Then we've got Mrs. Hahath, who did a 50-bit cheer and says, just feel like saying to everyone, spend time with your friends and family. Go outside, get in the sun, and enjoy nature. It does wonders for your mental health. Do not always rely on others. Be honest. And lastly, money isn't everything. Real talk. Okay, I don't know what that's in reference to. I guess it's some life advice. Okay. There you go. All right. Shout out to T-Dubs, who did a 25-bit cheer It says, hey, Phil, hope you had a good day off. Looking forward to the stream today. I always enjoy when you play WWE 2K. Glad you decided to give this year's version another shot. It's always entertaining. Well, basically, the deal is, I was debating whether or not I was going to play it this year. Because I got burned so many effing times, you know, playing this game the past 3+ years. Every year. Oh, it's going to be better this year, Phil. The campaign's going to be better. You know, you'll see the My Career mode's so good. And I play it, and it's shit. So then I end up playing the game like one more time for Sims. You know, and that's it. So I spent $60 to play the game like twice and then once for Sims. This year, someone did, much earlier this year, it was during the summer, sent me the funds to buy the game and said, please buy the game. And at that point, I was like, I don't know if I want to commit to it yet. Eventually, I kind of warmed up to it. I said, all right, we'll give it another shot again, and we'll see. So the way I'm approaching it, even though I like WWE, I watch the product, I'm excited, I'm informed on all the wrestlers, I like everything about it. I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical about this game. I'm very apprehensive about it. I don't know if it's going to be any good. So I kind of shrug. We'll see what happens when I start playing, but for now, I'm very skeptical. Okay. Shout out to Eternal Napalm, who did a 25-bit series. I saw that they announced a remaster of Residents of Fate. Any interest in checking it out? I don't even know what that is. So I guess the answer is no. I don't know what Residents of Fate is. Never heard of it. Super85 has resubbed for the 4th month in a row and says, keep up the great streams. Thank you very much, Super85. I appreciate that. No Name Tyler has tipped me $1. Says, Phil, can you lower the volume for 2K? It works for others. It'll be weird without music. No. The reason being is because it would be one thing if this was just a risk of, you know, the video will get content ID matched or something on YouTube. I make no money on that particular video. All right. The difference here is I have gotten copyright strikes as well as entire videos muted and pulled from YouTube because of having WWE content in them. In particular, the music. It's usually either the music or if there's an actual full motion video cutscene, those things completely fuck up videos on YouTube badly. And I am not taking any kind of fucking chance on this game at all. This wasn't even a game that I was originally going to play. There's no way. I'm sorry. If you guys like WWE music, go watch the product on TV. Blame YouTube. Okay? Just because something works for someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for me. I'm not taking any chances here. All right. Sucker Surprise has resubbed for the 3rd month in a row. Thank you very much, Sucker Surprise, for the resub. I appreciate that very much. BWT did a 25-bit cheer and says 17 days away from Red Dead. That's right. 17 days from Red Dead Redemption 2. We all know that's what we're all waiting for. Like, let's face it. This month has a lot of great new releases. But now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay any other game that's coming out this month that people are looking forward to or currently playing. But I think we're all kind of waiting with bated breath. We're counting down every day when we get a little bit closer to Red Dead, right? And we all know we're going to go crazy when the game comes out. We're going to play the living shit out of it. Took a sip. I took a sip, and that's a new emote. The take a sip emote, and I just took a sip. So anyway, yeah. Super excited. We all are for Red Dead, and it'll be here soon. Less than 3 weeks. All right. Shout out to Fred Flintstone, who subscribed for the 14th month in a row. And says, 14 months, I'm not near 2 years. Feels bad, man. I want that diamond crown. Yes, it is true. In the month of November, ladies and gentlemen, many people will be hitting their 2-year anniversary as an ongoing supporter of mine here on Twitch. It's coming. And we're going to get to finally see what that diamond crown looks like and celebrate those people who've been the longest supporters since my return to Twitch 2 years ago. That's right. So, thank you, Fred Flintstone, for the 14-month resub. I appreciate that. Okay, shout out to Derek. Derek cheered. He says, I'm hyped for today's WWE 2K19. Can you look at the entire roster for this year's game? I'd love to see your thoughts and opinions on the superstars look. I remember you did it last year, too. If you'd like me to, maybe that's what we'll do first. Just do a quick walkthrough video of the roster and see who's actually on the roster here from launch. And then, then we'll jump into the showcase mode, which is the story mode of the game. Okay. One Button Dash. Subscribe to the channel for the 2nd month in a row. It says, we are Venom. Yes, for those who did not hear. So, first of all, Thank you to One Button Dash for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. So Venom. The Venom movie came out over the weekend, right? Tom Hardy's superhero movie. And I said, I saw the trailer on TV last week, and I thought the movie looked good. And a lot of people were telling me, no, you're an idiot. This movie's going to be shit. It looks terrible. The critic reviews came out. They said the movie was terrible. They said it was more like a buddy cop comedy than anything else. It wasn't a very good movie. It's not the superhero movie you're expecting. It's totally different from everything else out there. So they panned it. I think the review is like 30% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that, right? Guess what? The movie broke all box office records for an October movie opening. Made the most money ever of any movie in this month. And apparently people just don't give a fuck about these critics saying that superhero movies suck. They went out there and they watched the living shit out of the movie, okay? And so here's what I got to say. This is something I have to say. A lot of people make excuses when it comes to these movies, all right? And, for example, when Justice League came out, they said, oh, this movie, there's all these excuses for why Justice League did not do well at the box office compared to what they were expecting. Sorry, I hate to say, you know, this movie, Venom, had all the negative press in the world. They even said, oh, Tom Hardy interviewed. He says that all his favorite scenes of the movie were cut out and the movie stinks. The main actor of the movie was interviewed and he basically said the movie sucked. People still went out and saw the movie. See what I mean? So if anything, I'm sorry. I have to basically say that I think it's really Marvel. Marvel has all the confidence of the movie viewing public. People really feel that if they go to see a Marvel movie, they're going to see a quality product that's coherent and that's going to entertain. Now, maybe it's not always the same overtones or undertones. You might go to see one Marvel Cinematic Universe movie that feels a lot different than if you see a movie that's an X-Men movie or, you know, this Venom movie that really kind of didn't cement itself anywhere yet in the Marvel universe, right? But at the same time, I think people see Marvel, and that's it. We're going to see Marvel. You know, we've now been watching Marvel movies for 8+ years, and we trust that they're good, so we're just going to keep going, right? And DC just doesn't have that. DC really has to fight and claw and scratch to get any kind of market share with their movies now. So, it is what it is, but you know, I don't know how I feel. I haven't seen the movie. A lot of people actually over the weekend were coming into my streams and telling me the movie was actually quite good and that they don't understand why the critics didn't like it. So, I don't know. I guess I'll reserve judgment until I see it, but Venom did really well, and apparently this means now that their plans to kind of create a Spider-Man universe may actually proceed forward full speed ahead because this movie made so much damn money. Okay? All right. Shout out to Turgid Banana, who did a 100-bit cheer. He says, just drop YouTube. Twitch is the future. I hear body painting is the hot thing now. Well, that is pretty much what I've done. As you guys know, I don't focus on YouTube at all anymore. I don't focus on edited content. I don't focus on series for YouTube. My main focus is being here in this seat, putting out entertaining and interactive gameplay streams for you guys every day, period. That's what I'm here for, you know, and make no bones about it. I know that there are people who still make a living on YouTube or whatever. It's just too difficult. YouTube constantly changes, moves the goalpost, changes shit behind the scenes. Ad revenue plummets. Oh, we're going to demonetize your videos. Oh, we're going to content ID strike your videos. Fuck you. Enough is enough, you know? I'm just not going to put up with that shit. However, I got my start on YouTube 10 years ago. I got popular on YouTube over a course of 4 to 5 years on YouTube. That's where I got my original following. And there are thousands of people who regularly still watch my content on YouTube. And I'm not going to abandon those people. I'm not. Those are the people who gave me my start. Those are the people who made me who I am today. And I'm not just going to say, well, screw it. Just because I have this real negative feeling about their business, I'm not going to ever do anything on there ever again. So I'm going to continue to put out fun gameplay streams every day. And I will upload my videos to YouTube as an archive. And that's it. That's how I'm not going to abandon YouTube completely. Okay? All right, Dominova cheered and says, my career's good this year. Well, you're one of, you know, a group of people who've told me that. I hope that it's correct. I hope you're correct. I really do. All right, the Honest Troll cheered and said, hashtag Droptober. Do you just leave your PS4 on and running when not on stream and put it in rest mode or turn it off? It depends. I never leave it running. I either put it into rest mode or I turn it off. A lot of the times it is in rest mode. And then every once in a while, when I really need it, I'll do a hard reboot. So there you go. And yeah, it is Droptober. Everyone was expecting that in October subs were going to drop huge. So Hitachi Sensei did a 100-bit cheer and says, "Is wrestling all we are playing for worst stream?" And then he cheered again and said, I made first stream, not worst stream. Yes, WWE is what we're playing today for the first stream. Okay. Fred Flintstone. Actually, you know what? I just realized I haven't been updating the top cheerer. So I know Hitachi Sensei was the most latest, biggest cheerer with the 100 bits. Let's get him up there. Apologies, I have not been updating top cheer. That's my fault. I got all wrapped up in answering your questions and it wasn't updating the cheer. There we go. Okay. Shout out to Fred Flintstone, who cheered on behalf of Derek. He says, Derek is wondering, sometime you'll check out the AJ Styles $1 Million Tower. It's a gauntlet of 14 superstars plus golden AJ Styles, and I believe all the matches take place at this year's WrestleMania. Your health carries on to the next match until you lose. Maybe I will. We'll see. Ben Boxer cheers, says, I love you, man. Well, thank you, Ben Boxer, for your support. Rick Grimes Dimes. Tip me $1.01 to become the top tipper for today. So let's go ahead and get him up on the leaderboard before we answer the question that he poses. Shit. Okay. Rick Grimes Dimes cheered. No, excuse me. Tip me, boy. And said the following. Do you think that HBK, also known as Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, pro wrestler, is a hypocrite for coming out of retirement after all the shit he said about Ric Flair? Obviously, money talks, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in action, but it's sad he went back on his word. Hashtag Totino's Pizza Rolls. Is it sad to see him come out of retirement? No. Is it hypocritical with all the shit he talked about Ric Flair? Yes. I think people have wanted to see HBK come back for one more match for the longest time. And HBK has been the guy who's kind of been the poster boy of when you retire, you actually retire. You don't just come back or go to another promotion or do house shows. You to retire, you fucking retire. You're done. At the same time, like I said, there's been so much clamor to see HBK come back and wrestle. Okay? And they've been teasing it for a while with him. Oh, he's a special guest referee. He's a manager. He's in the corner of this guy, and he takes a crazy amount of bumps during these matches, even though he doesn't wrestle. It's pretty obvious the guy can still wrestle and wants to. And he's kind of kept to his word because he wants to be that example. I think finally, after years and years, WWE finally broke him down, you know, and said, listen, even though we appreciate and respect you trying to be a man of your word and having some kind of honor. Honor doesn't mean jack diddly shit in pro wrestling. Never has. We just want you to come back and wrestle. So, I don't think Shawn will come back full time. I think what'll happen is he'll be just like Hunter and just like a few others like Undertaker. He'll come back from time to time to do an angle at WrestleMania or something. But I think it's good to see him back. I want to see him wrestle. Unlike a lot of these other older guys, I believe he actually will still be able to perform at a high level. At the same time, I think it's very disappointing that basically WWE programming is pushing the HBK and Triple H DX reunion over everything else on the card. You've got a card with the top talent in the fucking world. And you've got guys like Finn Balor and Kevin Owens and Bobby Roode and, you know, just top talent guys that have nothing to do. Fucking Finn Balor is tag teaming with fucking Bayley for Mixed Match Challenge. This is his plot line. Is he in contention for a title? He's one of the best wrestlers on the planet, and they don't give him any matches to do anything. So, no, instead it's all about DX. Who the fuck cares? I'm sorry, and I'm the biggest fan of DX. I really am. I used to call myself DXP. I loved DX. I hate this. I don't want to see DX fucking reform and be the top of everything wrestling. It's fucking stupid in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. I'm just one man. I'm just one man, by God. Okay. Shout out to Salty Hunt, who did 100-bit cheers. Can I get a shout out for? I don't know who his name this is, and I'm not going to say it. Impact King cheered and said, just letting you know if you need any info about gameplay for 2K this session, I'll be happy to help. Thank you, Impact King. If I have questions, I will pose them to the chat, and I hope that you will help me out. I may have questions. We'll see. King of Hypocrisy Cheered, he says, did you hear about how female streamers often have to hide when they're in a relationship because their fans and haters will harass the streamer or their partner if it's revealed? Why do you think these toxic viewers go after the streamer's partner who's an innocent party? Because they're sickos. It's that simple. People go after Kat. Kat didn't do shit. Kat hasn't done a damn thing negative to anyone on the internet. And people have done nasty shit to her. These people are sick fucks. And by the way, I will say this. Anyone who does that is a sick fuck and does not deserve any respect, notoriety, and certainly no money for any kind of content that they fucking put out. I'm sorry, but if you're going to go after someone's significant other who's done nothing wrong, you are fucked in the head. And you are an immoral, disgusting, vile fucking person. And more than likely, the only people who watch you are of the same sound mind, or the same kind of mind. And that's why. So, there you go. Hickany just cheered and said, how does the new Assassin's Creed Odyssey compare to Origins so far? It's better in my opinion. I like the fact that there's naval stuff. I think the combat abilities are better than they were in Origins. I like Assassin's Creed Odyssey more than I liked Origins. I'm serious. I think it's a much better game. So, there you go. Genetic Gamer Cheerty says, Tupac or Biggie? Neither. I wasn't into rap music back then. Impact King to the 25-bit cheers is fair warning the game's soundtrack this year gets VODs muted, so turn it off ASAP. No, it's like I said, I'm immediately before we do any gameplay, I'm turning the music off. And the video, I'm not leaving a video on demand here on Twitch anyway. I never do. So, Kate cheered. Said, Phil, do you see John Cena's hair? He looks so different. Yes, John Cena grew a full head of hair, which he has not had since ever. Like, he never did. He always had the crew cut. And it looks pretty funny. A lot of people have said he looks either like Marky Mark, which he does, Mark Wahlberg, or JBL. So, pretty funny. Salty Hunt cheered again. He said, oh, do you think Conor will go to WWE after getting Ronda Rousey'd? Eventually, yes. I'm a 100% belief. I think that Conor McGregor will go to WWE. However, a problem with that is that when you go to WWE, you have to abide by their rules. You can't be some kind of wild badass who just does whatever the fuck he wants. So as long as Conor wants a paycheck and wants a big paycheck, he'll go to WWE and behave. I don't know if he will, and I don't know if WWE is willing to take a chance on him like they did on Brock coming back, like they did on Ronda Rousey, who they seem a lot more professional versus fucking Conor. I don't know. This guy seems like a wild cannon. You know what I mean? Like, at any time he brings in his fucking entourage and wild shit happens, and I don't think WWE wants that element. I think he could be a great WWE superstar, but I don't know. We'll see. Turgid Banana did a 100-bit cheer and says, check out Boku no Pico, excellent game. Actually, I think that that's one of those stupid banned games because of nudity or something. So, no, I'm not checking that out. Ornight has resubbed for the second month in a row and says, Resonance of Fate is an RPG with gun kata elements. It's fun. Definitely wait for the remaster. Veshirin for the win. Okay, thank you, Ornight, for the resub and the info. Buff David Bennett has cheered and says, I miss Smart Guys. Shame that YouTube is no longer a viable source of income to bring it back. Yeah, Smart Guys was fun when it was a fun thing, and it's not anymore, and I'm not bringing it back. Genetic Gamer Cheered says, I'm sick of game devs treating PC users so badly. We miss so many big games like Red Dead 2 just because we don't have a big corporation behind us. At the same time, PC gamers get a lot of stuff that console gamers don't. And I'm certainly not going to start a console war versus PC elitist argument here on my stream. I know that's going to get absolutely nowhere. So there's no point in getting into it, okay? Jedi Gamer cheered again. He said, Phil, the Overwatch Halloween event is out. Willing to give it a try? No. There's no reason for me to play a Halloween event in a game I haven't played in a year and a half. David Clay Otis cheered. He said, I've been watching since Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm like, when I was 7 years old. So if I for WWE, do you know that Twitch is really considering allowing nudity, and Google allowed my email to be Tig Ol' Biddies? Listen. Google is falling apart at the seams. Google had everyone's Google Plus information compromised, didn't even bother telling anyone, and now they're closing down Google Plus because they have no idea how to fix it, so they're just closing the whole fucking service. Google had a press event today where they acted like they were Apple and tried to announce a whole bunch of stuff that no one cared about. It was like 2 new phones and some stupid fucking little tablet for your kitchen to play YouTube videos on. It is so dumb. Everyone's like, what? Like, this is so pointless. Google has no identity at this point. They don't know who the fuck they are or what the fuck they want to do. So I'm not surprised that they let you have Tig Old Biddies as your email. As for Twitch allowing nudity, I don't give a fuck. I have nothing to do with that. I'm a streamer who plays games. Why do I care about that? I don't. Alright, Hitachi Sensei now did a 200-bit cheer. He says, I was excited for Venom until I heard they ditched the R rating. Yeah, and apparently from what Tom Hardy said, the movie really was intended at its design to be an R movie. They had scenes with horror and gore and scenes with, adult content, language, and they were all either edited or removed from the movie. And Tom Hardy is not too happy about that. I'm sure he's happy the movie's a giant hit because now he just made a shit ton of money, I'm sure. And he knows there'll probably be a sequel, so he'll make even more fucking money. But it is a shame whenever you get a movie, especially Venom, of anything that they were going to do in the Marvel Universe. Venom was one of the adult-rated, he was from the 90s. The 90s was the Attitude Era of wrestling. It was also the Attitude Era of comics. All comics became hyper-violent. All comics had extreme blood and gore and adult-oriented, people being eaten alive in the streets by the symbiotes and stuff like that. I mean, shit. In the Maximum Carnage Spider-Man plotline, I think hundreds of people were slaughtered. Like, they just showed them being killed brutally. So, yeah, it's disheartening that they had a movie that really could have benefited from that. But it is 2018. We are not in the 90s anymore. So I can kind of understand maybe why a lot of people change stuff. It is what it is, I guess. T-Dubs. The 25-bit cheers says, did you have a chance to catch the WWE Super Show? If not, do you plan to? It's 4 hours. Basically what I did is I skimmed through it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I thought it was okay. It's great for a free event, but it literally was an over-glorified house show. Nothing really happened. The Triple H Undertaker match, in my opinion, wasn't that great. I wasn't expecting much out of it anyway, and I don't think it was that great. A lot of people are like, oh no, it was the best thing ever. Like, I've seen this match a million times, and it was better every other time, Only one title changed hands, and it wasn't a big deal. It's the title that no one talks about, and half the people don't even know exists. All the other matches were kind of throwaways. And, it wasn't a big deal in my opinion. Kate Shears says, did you see Mark Ruffalo try to give away the title of Avengers 4, but it was bleeped out on TV? I heard about it, but no. I did not see it. Derek cheered. He says, I had a very good Thanksgiving this past weekend. It was a great spending time with my family and relatives. I also got some bits when you were on your day off. Not much, though. But you deserve all the contributions from me, Phil. Thank you very much, Derek. And happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian brethren, who I know celebrated Thanksgiving the last day, was it? Was it yesterday? I know it was either Sunday or Monday. Shout out to the Cookie Monster 414, who has resubbed for the second month in a row. Thank you very much. Hickany cheered again. Said, back in the day, everyone in your elementary school was talking about the O.J. Simpson trial. No. No one in my elementary school talked about the O.J. Simpson trial because we were too young. But it was all over the news. Obviously it was all the adults were chatting about it. But I really, even though I knew everything going on with it because it was constantly daily in the fucking news, kids didn't give a shit about it. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. Pimp Boxer cheered, said, two smart guys with Derek. His passion for fake fighting is unrivaled. Hilarious. Genetic Gamer cheered, says, Google is just a search engine. They act like they are a tech company. No, I mean, seriously, that's actually dead on correct. They're a fucking search engine that became the dominant search engine, and because of that made billions of dollars of profit. Then they said, let's expand into all these other things. And have they actually succeeded at any of them? I mean, YouTube is the biggest video sharing website, but it doesn't regularly turn a profit. In the past few years, have had horror stories of losing all their advertisers. All the technology they try to sell doesn't really become mainstream. Like, do you know anyone who raves over the Google phone? What the fuck? Google Glass was a huge failure, right? Google Plus was a huge failure. Do you know anything that Google's been successful at besides the search engine? I don't think I can think of a single thing besides, and YouTube, the only reason YouTube you could say is successful, is because they have the money to back it. It's not because they're the best video sharing website, it's just because Google keeps throwing money at YouTube, so they keep, sticking around. You know what I mean? Jim Bob says Gmail is pretty good. I don't know, like, I have a Gmail account, and I barely use it, so I don't really know if it's any better than anything else, Dominoma says, pixels are very popular in the tech community. That's great. The tech community who is a very small part of the market. I hate to tell you, you know, those early adopter, elitist, hipster techie guys who buy all these fucking weird ass phones and shit are not going to completely support a market. You know what I mean? I don't know. You tell me. Outside of Google, okay, Google Chrome browser, I would say that's true. The Google Chrome browser is incredibly good. It actually runs better than many, many other browsers. I mean, Internet Explorer died over the course of Firefox and Google Chrome basically kind of destroying it, right? I mean, Internet Explorer still exists, but it's a piece of shit. So... Oh, they own the Android operating system? Now, that I did not know. Google actually owns the Android operating system. If that's the case, that's got to be a huge boon. Because Android is the one major competitor to, you know, iOS. So, if that's the case, that definitely would be... That makes a lot of sense then. Okay. Well, all right. See, that's why sometimes I post questions to my stream. I get answers. So even though they have many failures, they have two big successes. There you go. Okay. Let's see here. Hitachi Sensei Cheered says, I miss Wizard Magazine. Yeah, dude, I used to love Wizard Magazine. It was cool. You come in the Mylar bag. And it was like a glossy magazine with full color images, previews of all these new comics coming out, cool artwork. Usually it would come with like a bonus, like some comic cards or something collectible. Sometimes a mini comic would come with it. You know, Wizard Magazine was huge during the era of the 90s when comic books and collectibles were ginormous. And then when that bubble burst, when the digital era happened in the late 90s, early 2000s, and people didn't want to really collect the physical shit anymore, there was no need for Wizard Magazine. You don't need those kind of magazines anymore. So, but that was a cool era. I loved Wizard Magazine, dude. I collected them. Judicious Echoes cheered. He said, Google's worth $350 billion, heavy into AI robotics, and owns the Android OS. There you go. Well, that's how I figured out about that, because he cheered, so thank you. Genetic Gamer said to Judicious Echoes, yeah, well, they bought the Android OS. Right, well, I mean, take a look. Like I just said, the reason that really Google continues to be a successful company is because of the money they make from their one or two incredibly successful ventures, right? I mean, they're incredibly successful in regards to their search engine. They're still the number one, the only search engine I use. I don't use another search engine. I go to Google, right? Everyone goes to Google. So, it makes sense in that regard. Higgany asks, is Magic the Gathering still popular? I don't have a clue. I don't know anything about that. I'm the last person to ask. Salty Hunt asks, why am I so hard on PewDiePie? I'm not so hard on PewDiePie. I'm honest. I'm very honest. You know, the things... Tell me one thing I've said about him that's wrong or can be disproven. The things I say are very honest. People just don't want to be honest, you know? In a lot of regards, do I have sour feelings towards PewDiePie? Yeah, but not for the reasons that you guys know. The reasons I have sour feelings toward PewDiePie is because he basically became the figurehead of gaming on the internet. And with a lot of the stupid fucking shit that he's done, made us all look bad, you know? I don't want people to think that gamers on the internet all, you know, are guys who do scream at a camera, act like a puppet, a muppet, and fucking say the N-word on their streams, you know? But a lot of people think that because this was the guy who was supposed to be the figurehead and he continuously did irresponsible, stupid shit for attention, you know? And that's really the only negative feelings I have towards him. I don't really know that much about the guy outside of the shit that you hear in the media. I don't watch his content. I don't know anything about him besides the very basic information that we all know. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and harp on one person. I don't. If people bring up big YouTubers or whatever, he's going to always be one of them because he's the biggest gamer on YouTube, period. You know, he always has been. Will he eventually be overtaken? Yes, I do think that at this point, his popularity is waning, and you're going to have guys like Ninja and other people who are eventually going to become more synonymous with gaming. I mean, like I said, Ninja was on ESPN or whatever. So, finally, I think he's getting knocked off his high horse there a little bit. But, you know, I really don't have any negative feelings toward the guy at all. Okay. Let's see here. Chewbacca Cheers, have you watched the anime Attack on Titan? Yes, I did, but I only saw the first season. I have not seen season 2 yet. And Insomniatic Meat did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Insomniatic Meat, for the 100-bit cheer. I appreciate that very much. Okay. Okay. That is it, guys. Thank you very much for a wild pre-stream back. And I definitely appreciate all of your support. It's time to start up with WWE and see what they've done with it this year. Okay, guys, let's do it. Thanks, everyone, and let's begin.